Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Lafayette Christian School here in LaGrange for this special Masterwall Calvary game of the week between the Calvary Knights and the Cougars from Lafayette Christian School. How's everybody doing? Richard Holdridge here on the broadcast, and we've got a great matchup for you. Here is the lineup for Calvary Christian. Leading things off will be Nate Osborne batting second, Trip Ellison. The number 3 hitter, Liam Holcutt, Jackson Kennedy in the cleanup spot. Liam Anderson is in the 5 hole, followed by William Hitton. And Brady Reed is batting number 7, batting 8, J.C. Smith, and batting 9th, Sam Hilton. On the mound for Lafayette Christian is Josiah Hughes, and he's got the full windup, which is very intriguing pitch to try to hit. He's got a really fantastic delivery. We're ready to start this one. Don't forget, this first inning brought to you by State Farm Carroll Purdue for all your insurance needs and serving the Phoenix City community for over 16 years. Nate Osborne will get ready to start this one here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We're glad that you are joining us on this Monday afternoon, a full slate of games all week long. We're glad we're able to give you this one here. First pitch is high and away for a ball, and we are underway here at Lafayette Christian School. And we are walking distance from Great Wolf Lodge just down the road here in LaGrange. As that is popped up, playable? No, that's going to be out of play. A lot of room in foul territory. Josiah Hughes, the 1-1 curveball that's inside and misses. And so it is going to be 2-1 count. Lafayette Christian in the gaps, the same league that Calvary used to be in. They won 5 championships in the gaps. And now in the GIAA, the 2-1 delivery fouled away, and it's 2-2. It's a gorgeous day. A little hot. It's a little cold this morning. Here's the 2-2. Curveball. Got him on the inside corner for strike 3. What a pitch by Josiah Hughes, and Nate Osborne goes down for the first out of the inning. And now here comes Trip Ellison. Calvary trying to impress the resume of the GIAA committee to try to get into the playoffs. That 12-6 curveball breaks, and it catches the corner for strike 1. Lafayette Christian, they're going to be going to the playoffs in the gaps. That one is high and above the letters. It's ball 1. Calvary comes in with a 9-14 record, 4-5 in the region. They will play a 3-game set against Pacelli this week. That curve just missed outside, and it is 2-1. They were able to take 1 of 3 against Brookstone. All 3 games last week were very close. That pitch is high and inside, and now it's a hitter's count issue to Trip Ellison. There's the pitch that's high and outside, ball 4. So Josiah Hughes issues a walk to Trip Ellison, and now Liam Holcutt is coming up to the plate. It's an absolute beautiful complex, which is just on the outskirts of Lafayette Christian School, which is right adjacent to Troup County. They got their football complex. They've got a little park over here, and this is just off the exit where Great Wolf Lodge is. That is inside, and that is definitely way inside. That almost hit him. It's 1-0. Runner at first is Trip Ellison. Josiah Hughes, the pitcher for Lafayette Christian. Runner goes. Looks like the hit and run was in play at that time, and it'll be a 1-1 count. Ellison will go back to the bag. Lafayette Christian, a team in the gaps. They play 8-man football. They got their football field over there. And a small Christian school here in LaGrange. And they also, LaGrange Academy, which is in the GIAA. They are single A, and then Lafayette Christian being in the gaps. The 1-1 is high for a ball, 2-1. Of course, in very close proximity to Troup County. In fact, their athletic field looked like it was built not too long ago. This looks like a brand new facility. Josiah Hughes, the 2-1 to Holcutt. That curve is a strike. Run goes down, and that's going to be a stolen base for Trip Ellison. I think Trip timed it perfectly because it was off a curveball, so he had time to get into the bag. It was a very good throw by Childrey. But now Calvary with a runner in scoring position. Here with one out. Hughes from the stretch, the 2-2. Check swing. He did go around, and that is going to be strike 3 on Liam Holcutt. The second strikeout for Josiah Hughes. And now Jackson Kennedy, who had his catcher's gear on, now he's going to come into the batter's box and hit away here with 2 outs.
Jackson Kennedy. Come on, Jackson.
Hughes working from the stretch, checks the runner. First pitch to Kennedy is outside for a ball. There's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2-0 count to the catcher and cleanup hitter, Jackson Kennedy. There's a pitch. Takes that 2-0 and fouls it into the dugout. And the hitters count for Jackson Kennedy. Would love to get a hold of one here. Have a 2-out rally. Try to strike first here in the first inning. Just an absolute gorgeous day. The ball field, not a whole lot of shade. There are trees behind us, so if the sun does go down there, we might get a little bit of shade. But right now, not a whole lot of shade. This kind of reminds me of the same setup as Smith Station. There's not bleachers behind home plate. There's bleachers on the side. But this is my first time here at Lafayette Christian. And I believe this is the first time we've called a game Lafayette Christian. As that curve breaks in there for strike 2, and it's a 2-2 count to Jackson Kennedy. Deuce is wild now here in the first inning. Josiah Hughes, 2-2. And staying alive in the count is Kennedy. So the Cougars from Lafayette Christian, as I mentioned, in the gap, 16-5 overall. They are undefeated in the gaps. Of course, Calvary very familiar with the gaps, winning 5 championships. But right now, in first place, Rock Springs Christian Academy. In second, Skipstone Academy. And then Trinity School of Griffin. That's the region they play in. 2-2. And staying alive in the count once again is Jackson Kennedy. Anything close, he is spoiling off pitches. Trip Ellison at second. 2 outs. The 2-2 delivery popped up again, and if anything, Josiah Hughes is throwing a lot of pitches in this at-bat. Very decent crowd here to watch this Monday afternoon baseball game. They do have lights here. They've played this Monday night game, and there's a 2-2. Ground ball, and that is going to be into left field for a base hit. Ellison rounding third, and he is going to score, and Calvary takes the 1-0 lead. So an RBI single for Jackson Kennedy with 2 outs. And Calvary on top, 1-0.
Number 17, Liam Anderson.
And now Liam Anderson will be the batter. Liam Anderson leads the team with a home run this year, as that is fouled off the fist, and it's 0-1. Don't forget, Calvary will be playing Pacelli tomorrow at Dimel Field. There's a throwback over to first base. They'll take on Citizens Christian on Monday, and then Heritage next week. It's outside, runner goes, throw down, he cannot hold on to it, and it's another stolen base for Calvary. Great job there by the pinch runner. That is, we'll try to get the pinch runner. That's popped up. Shallow center. Bastrami grabs it for the out, but not before Calvary puts up a run here in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Lafayette Christian coming to bat. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible to be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
And welcome back here to Lafayette Christian School, bottom of the first inning. And leading things off for the Cougars is Cody Bastrami.
Cody Battistini.
Battistini. Had to wait for the PA announcer on that one. Cody Battistini is leading things off for Lafayette Christian. Batting .508 on the season. He's got 2 home runs. 27 stolen bases. On the mound for Calvary, Liam Holcutt, 2-1 on the season, a 5.35 earned run average. And Holcutt has got 13 innings of work. 5.25, rather. Starts Battistini off with a 1-0 pitch, and that is away for ball 2. Holcutt from the stretch. Serves up the 2-0 delivery to Battistini. That curveball breaks in there for a strike. So Calvary's got very unique uniforms. They've got the highlight green. I'd call it the Seahawk green with the yellow lettering. The 2-1. And that gets away from Jackson Kennedy, and it's now a hitter's count to Battistini. Dangerous hitter up at the plate for Lafayette Christian. Holcutt the 3-1. Check swing. He did go around. That is strike 2. And that runs the count full. Josiah Hughes on deck, followed by Dustin Ogle. Holcutt, the payoff pitch, and that's low, ball 4. A leadoff walk issued to Battistini.
Now batting, number 9, Josiah Hughes.
And now coming up to the plate will be Josiah Hughes. He's got 32 stolen bases on the season, batting .500. His on-base percentage is pretty good, too, with a .558 on-base percentage. First pitch to Hughes is outside and away for ball 1. Across the diamond, Sam Hilton, Cam Carter, J.C. Smith, and Brady Reed for Calvary. Good stop there by Jackson Kennedy. It's ball 2. Over in the outfield, William Hitton, Tripp Ellison, and Nate Osborne. Calvary led by their head coach, Steve Smith. Lafayette Christian led by their head coach, Nicholas Bima Durfer. It's a 2-0 count. Runner goes, and there's a hit and run on play. Tags the bag, and it's going to be safe. As Cam Carter, it went right to him. He was trying to cover the bag. That ground ball got to him, just couldn't tag the bag in time, and so now there's runners at first and second. That's going to be, I'm going to say that's going to be a hit because it was a hit and run. Give credit to Josiah Hughes. Now Dustin Ogle, the batter. 2 runners aboard here and no outs. Liam Holcutt in a little bit of trouble here in the first inning. Checks Battistini over at second. Delivers the pitch to Ogle. That gets by Jackson Kennedy, and the runners will advance. That will break up the double play. And now Lafayette Christian with runners in scoring position and no outs. Again, tomorrow a jam-packed lineup. Brookstone Strong Rock, Pacelli Calvary. Later in the week, Smith Station Auburn. Also Harris County in the playoffs, taking on Druid Hills. It's actually playoffs for the GHSA. Still a couple more weeks in the GIAA. 2-0 in there for strike. Holcutt from the stretch. The 2-1. There's a chopper over to Carter. He is going to go to first. Gets the sure out, but a run will score. And that's going to be an RBI for Dustin Ogle and a fielder's choice. And it's tied at 1. Well, Cam Carter really had no choice but to go for the sure out at first. So with a runner at third, now Landon Childry, the batter. First pitch is a curveball that sinks right in there for strike 1. Great pitch by Liam Holcutt. 0-1 count, working from the stretch. The 0-1 to Childry. There's a chopper. Checking the runner. He got it? Oh, he got him. What a play. What a play by Sam Hilton to field it and tag the runner at third for the second out. He gets the lead runner.
Number 3, J.P. Carvelis.
Now J.P. Carvelis, as that will be a fielder's choice issued to Childry. 2 outs. Runner at first. And J.P. Carvelis, the batter, first pitch is inside for a ball. Holcutt from the stretch. Pitch to Carvelis, inside, ball 2. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And the runner goes. Holcutt taking it over to Carter. That's going to be a stolen base for Lafayette. Great job by the pinch runner to take second base. Kind of the roll of the dice play. Holcutt behind in the count, 2-0. Pitch to Carvelis is in the dirt. Jackson Kennedy tries to stop it. And Lafayette 90 feet away from scoring the go-ahead run. A great play to get right at third base. Good stop there by Jackson Kennedy, and that's going to be ball 4. So 4-pitch walk issued.
Now batting number 10, Wyatt Bradshaw.
Second walk of the game for Liam Holcutt. And now Wyatt Bradshaw with runners at the corners and 2 outs coming up to the plate. Lafayette trying to duplicate what Calvary did in the last inning. Got a 2-out rally. Holcutt. First pitch issue to Bradshaw, swing and a miss. Oh, got tongue-tied. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Holcutt from the stretch. And he is going to try to get the runner over at third base. They got him in a pickle. Can they get it? No, he is going to be safe. Meanwhile, the runner at first steals second base. Little strategy that paid off for Lafayette. Still 2 outs. Bradshaw at the plate, faced with an 0-1. The pitch. In there for a strike, and now Liam Holcutt can try to work around the strike zone to get Bradshaw. He's ahead in the count, 0-2. 2 down, runners in scoring position. The 0-2 delivery. Check swing, he did not go around. It's ball 1. Lafayette's got runners at second and third here with 2 outs. Bottom of the first. The 1-2. Chopper. Charging at Hilton. Hilton throws to first. Gets the out. Lafayette Christian strands 2 runners, but they do get the tying run. We played 1 here in LaGrange. It's 1-1 your score. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
or surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Purdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back here, top of the second inning.
For the Knights, number 4, William Hilton.
William Hilton is going to lead things off for Calvary. There's a ground ball right over to Ogle. Played by Bradshaw. Throws to first, and Hilton beats it out. That will be an error on Bradshaw.
Brady Reed.
And Brady Reed is going to come to the plate. Calvary with a runner at first. And that is chopped into right field as Brady Reed has got himself a base hit on the first pitch. And Calvary with runners at first and second and no outs.
Now batting, number 34, Jace Smith.
And now Jay Smith. Calvary knocking on the door here in the second inning. In a 1-1 game. Hughes, first pitch to Smith. Just missed inside for a ball, 1-0. As you're watching the Master Wall Calvary Game of the Week. Calvary's got 4 games this week, a busy schedule. There's a high drive, and right under Bastini makes the grab for the first out. The runners will hold at first and second.
Now batting, number 31,
As
Sam Hilton.
Bastini actually got it in pretty quickly. So a fly out for Smith. Sam Hilton will come up to the plate. Then he'll be to the top of the order. First pitch is in there for a strike. Yeah, that's going to be a balk. Josiah Hughes dropped the ball while he was on the mound. It happens. It's a mistake. But it's a mistake that's going to move runners in scoring position for Calvary. One down. The 0-1. Curve that just missed, evening the count at 1-1. So we got Nate Osborne, the leadoff hitter, on deck. The full wind by Hughes. Fouled away. Right now, Josiah Hughes just got to focus on the batter. Hughes, the delivery, the 1-2 outside, and it's now a 2-2 count. Hughes delivers. 2-2 pitch. Popped up, back to the screen. Staying alive. Hughes from the wind. The 2-2 outside, and it runs the count full. Hughes. Payoff pitch coming, and it's popped up. Battistini, shallow, but taking it is Carvallis. Makes the catch for out number 2. Not deep enough to tag the runner. So that will be a pop-up to the shortstop, Carvallis, and now Nate Osborne will be the batter, who's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Calvary with runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Josiah Hughes on the mound. Curve is in there for a strike. Josiah Hughes with a 2.49 earned run average. This is his 16th appearance on the season. That curve, and there's a ground ball. You got to charge it. Bobbles it. It goes into the outfield. 1 run will score. Rounding third, Brady Reed will score, and Calvary takes the 3-1 lead. So Nate Osborne, 2 outs, gets a single and advances on the wild pitch. 2 RBIs on the play. Calvary Christian now leads Lafayette Christian 3-1.
Now batting number 1, Trip Ellison.
And that clearly was a play that Elijah Austin was trying to make on the ball, but it goes off of his glove and into the outfield. But Hughes has got to focus on the batter here. Trip Ellison to the plate. Walked his first time up. Scored a run. Faced with a 1-1 count. The pitch is high for a ball. Actually, no, that's in there for a strike. 1-2. I'm actually seeing 1-1. It is a 1-1 count. Hughes, the 1-1 delivery. Low for a ball. It's 2-1. Here's the delivery. Swing and a miss. It's now 1-2 to Trip Ellison. Here's the pitch. Ellison right to the first baseman, Ogle. Throws it over to the pitcher. He is safe. Trip Ellison beats it out. And I think that will be a single. It was a tough play by Ogle. Josiah Hughes was covering the bag, and Ellison's speed was able to beat it, and that's why we'll give him a hit on that one. Liam Holcutt, the batter. He is 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Got an opportunity here to put up some more runs. Batting .308 on the season. That's high for a ball. And Ellison has got himself a stolen base. We'll give him that. Breaks up the force out at second. And now Holcutt, with one swing of the bat, could extend this lead even more for Calvary. Josiah Hughes, the 0-1. Curveball that's in there for a strike. What a pitch there by Josiah Hughes. 12-6 curve. Goes right in there. Hughes, the 1-1. Curve that misses. And it's 2-1. Hughes, the 2-1. Outside for a ball. It's 3 balls and a 1 strike to Liam Holcutt. Hitters count to Holcutt, 3-1. And that is going to be ball 4. Holcutt had to get out of the way to make sure that Ellison trying to make a play. Holcutt He's got a walk, and there will be a pinch runner coming up for Calvary.
Now batting number 2, Jackson.
That's going to be Bo Reese, the courtesy pinch runner for Liam Holcutt. And now Jackson Kennedy, with the bases loaded, will come up to the plate. We are here in the top of the second inning. Calvary leading 3-1 over Lafayette Christian here in LaGrange, Georgia, right on the outskirts of Troup County. Hughes, first pitch to Kennedy, is inside for a ball. Hughes, the 1-0, curveball that sails in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Jackson Kennedy, 1 for 1 on the day with a RBI single in the first. The 1-1. Swing and a miss on a curve that sunk at the bottom of the barrel. It's 1-2. Now Kennedy's going to have to protect. Ducks on the pond. Here in the second. The 1-2 to Kennedy. Just away, and it was a good job by Childry to try to sell it. But it's 2-2. Josiah Hughes, the full wind. The 2-2 to Kennedy. And spoiling off a pitch and fouls that one away. So this sports complex, it's not too far away from the school. It's the next road over, and then you got to make that left. But it's actually over by the exit where Great Wolf Lodge is. The 2-2, he's got him chasing. Strike 3, but that is not going to matter. And that will end the inning as Calvary strands him. 3 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the second. Calvary leads 3-1. This is the Master Wall Calvary Game of the Week. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Big things are happening at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika.
Get massive savings on our entire lineup of Chevys, from Silverado trucks, Tahoe, Suburban, and Traverse SUVs. Every model side by side for comparison. Plus, we always have a fresh selection of late model pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs ready to roll with huge discounts. Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Online 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile!
Back here in LaGrange, just outside of the campus of Lafayette Christian School.
Starting off
The bottom of the second inning.
Number 11,
Elijah Austin leading things off for the Cougars. Calvary putting up 2 runs in the second inning, thanks to a 2 RBI single by Nate Osborne. Liam Holcutt's first pitch to Austin is low and away for ball 1. Holcutt working from the stretch. The 1-0 is in there for a strike, evening the count at 1-1. Got the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for Lafayette. The 1-1 in there for strike 2. It was a good fastball, good velocity of the fastball for Liam Holcutt. Holcutt The 1-2. And that is fouled off of the catcher's protective gear, and that's going to be 1-2. Austin staying alive here. Lafayette Christian in the gap, 16-5 on the season, 6-0 in their region. They mainly play a gap schedule. They have played Manchester in the GHSA. That is it. I'm looking at their schedule. It's mainly gaps. Their next opponent will be Cherokee Christian, which is another gap school. That'll be on April the 27th. I'm wondering if that's a playoff game. Yeah, swing and a miss and got him. Chasing one out of the zone. And Austin goes down on strikeouts.
Number 14, Toby Parrott.
And now Toby Parrott's coming up, the DH, here with one out. We got a little bit of the shade as we got trees behind us. The sun coming right down there. First pitch to Parrots is in there for a strike. It's an absolute beautiful sports complex. It's high and inside for a ball. It's 1-1. Holcutt delivers. Pitch to Parrots outside, and it is now a 2-1 count. Jacob Gibbs on deck, then it's back to the top of the order. Holcutt, the 2-1. Got him swinging. Good cut. It's now a 2-2 count. Holcutt, the 2-2. Inside, and it runs the count full. Holcutt, payoff pitch coming. Got him swinging. He throws one right down the middle for strike 3, his second strikeout of the inning.
Now batting, number 19, Jacob.
And now
Gibbs.
Jacob Gibbs coming up to the plate with 2 down and nobody on. Man, I tell you, I love their walk-up songs. It reminds me of the early 2000s. Of course, a lot of these songs they're choosing for their walk-up song. They came out before they were even born. Holcutt, first pitch to Gibbs. Curve that catches the corner for strike 1. Holcutt from the stretch. The 0-1. Fastball outside, and it's 1-1. We got the folding chairs down the first base and third base line. It's a tradition like none other in high school baseball. The 1-1. It's outside for ball 2. But I tell you, the baseball is great up here in Troup County. Obviously, Troup County, the state champions. LaGrange has been to a couple state championships. Callaway is in the playoffs. Of course, Lafayette Christian, they're about to go into the GAPS playoffs. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. You got LaGrange Academy in the GIAA. And really, it starts with youth baseball, just developing them in Long Cane Middle School over here in Troup County. Curveball, and it breaks and gets out of the way, running the count full. Of course, the area where the sports complex is, they are really growing this area. There will be a cricket stadium here. I think it's coming in 2027. That's a world of class of its kind over here as they are developing new areas. There's the payoff pitch coming outside ball 4. So a 2-out walk issued to Jacob Gibbs.
27,
keeping this inning alive. And Cody Battistini, who walked his first time up, the leading hitter for Lafayette Christian. He's got 2 home runs on the season. Hits for power, hits for contact. The perfect guy you want at the top of the lineup. Let's see if Holcutt try to go up against him. First pitch is in there for a strike, and he's wasting no time going right after Cody Battistini. He plays center field and just a tremendous athlete for Lafayette Christian. Holcutt, runner goes. That curve is breaks, and that's going to be a stolen base for Gibbs. It's a 1-1 count. I think Gibbs anticipated that was going to be a curveball, so he took off. It's a game of cat and mouse when it comes to these pitchers and hitters, and then the base runners anticipate what type of pitch is thrown next. And then Holcutt steps off the rubber. Lafayette trying to cut into this lead here in the second. And that is away for a ball. 2-1 count to Battistini. Holcutt checks Gibbs. It's 2-1 delivery. It gets away from Kennedy. Gibbs thought about going, but the ricochet on the backstop gets it back to Holcutt. Yeah, when you got a cement backstop, that baseball is going to ricochet right back to the catcher. But it is a hitter's count to Cody Battistini. Holcutt, the 3-1. And that is up the middle. Oh, what a stop, but could not get it. Great stop there by Jay Smith. Probably saved a run. He had to dive for it.
Number 9, Josiah Hughes.
And Lafayette's got runners at the corners with 2 outs. That will be a hit for Battistini. Second time on base. Josiah Hughes, he's 1 for 1 today with a single and a run scored. Correction, no, he did not score. It was Battistini that scored. So Josiah Hughes has an opportunity here with 2 outs to get Lafayette Christian back in this game, trailing 3-1. Holcutt from the stretch. First pitch to Hughes underway, fouled back, and that is going to sail over by that walking path, and still got some people walking over here to the ball field. We got the football field over there in right field. They do play 8-man football in the gaps. Holcutt, the 0-1. Chopper, foul. And it's 0-2. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We're here at Lafayette Christian School. Glad to be here on this Monday afternoon. Holcutt ahead in the count, 0-2. The pitch to Hughes. Runner goes inside. The throw. And a good play by Smith to get right in front of the bag to make sure that runner stays put at third. And it's a 1-2 count. Holcutt's just got to focus here on the batter. Head in the count, 1-2. Pitch to Hughes. And that is lined in a right, and that is going to drop for a fair ball. 1 run scores. Rounding third, and the tying run is going to score. And Battistini comes in, and it's now 3-3. A big-time clutch RBI double or single for Josiah Hughes.
Now batting number 4, Dustin Ogle.
And now Dustin Ogle, the batter. He had a sacrifice ground out in the first with an RBI. And Lafayette with a runner at second base ties this game at 3. They battled back from with 2 outs and nobody on to tie the game at 3. The pitch to Ogle is outside for a ball. It's 2-0. Holcutt checks the runner. And the pitch. Inside for a ball to Dustin Ogle. We've got the courtesy pinch runner over at second for Josiah Hughes. With first base open. Highly unlikely he's going to throw it down the middle, but you never know. And the pitch. There's a ground ball. Right to Carter. It goes between his legs. And in comes a run, and Lafayette Christian puts up 3 runs in this inning. And they now take the lead. It is 4-3.
Now batting, number 5, Landon Childry.
And now Landon Childry, that's going to be an error on Cam Carter. Actually, Josiah Hughes actually did score that run. They let him, because he's an athlete, they let him run for himself. He doesn't even need a courtesy pinch runner. I thought that was the pinch runner. Coach Smith is having a talk with Liam Holcutt. Don't forget, you are watching the Master Wall Calvary Game of the Week. Calvary will be home on Thursday to Pacelli. They will play Pacelli at Dimel Field tomorrow and Friday. Landon Childry got into a fielder's choice his last time up. Holcutt. Childry steps out of the batter's box. 3 runs put up here in the second inning by Lafayette Christian. Holcutt popped up, playable. Jackson Kennedy underneath it, makes the catch, inning over, but not before Lafayette Christian takes the lead, putting up 3 runs here in this second. We played 2 here in LaGrange. Lafayette Christian leads Calvary 4-3. Back after this in the Master Wall Game of the Week. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. All right, hold up, everybody. The umpire called catcher's interference. And they're going to redo that play. So we'll have to reset that scoreboard. Still 2 outs. And so Landon Childry is actually at first base. Got awarded first base off catcher's interference by Jackson Kennedy. J.P. Carvelis, who walked his last time up. Holcutt delivers. Pitch is outside for a ball, 1-1. So runners at first and second. And this all started in the second inning. Liam Holcutt struck out the first 2 batters. And then Lafayette Christian has not gotten anybody out since. The 1-1. It's outside for a ball. And you really got to give credit to Lafayette Christian for battling with 2 outs. Going on this little bit of a rally to take the 1-run lead. The 2-1 delivery. That's in there for a strike. It's 2-2. To the batter, J.P. Carvelis. With a .417 batting average on the season. The 2-2. Outside, it runs the count full. So the entire Calvary fielders came off the field. The umpire called that one as their hitters count. Payoff pitch, rather, spoiled by J.P. Carvelis. The umpire called catcher's interference. I think it might have been protested by Lafayette Christian. Calvary was already off the field, and they had to go ahead and go back on the field. Childry got awarded first base on the catcher's interference. Holcutt off the mound. It's actually starting to get really cool now with the sun below us underneath the trees. Here's the payoff pitch. Outside ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Lafayette Christian. Second walk issued to J.P. Carvelis. And now Wyatt Bradshaw will come up, but Coach Smith is going to go with a new pitcher. That's going to be all for Liam Holcutt. New pitcher coming in for Calvary. Looks like it's going to be Colton Silvestri. He'll take his warm-up toss, and we will step aside as you're watching the Master Wall Calvary Game of the Week here live at Lafayette Christian School in LaGrange. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we are back here. Bases loaded for Lafayette Christian. Colton Silvestri on the mound, the new pitcher for Calvary. And a changeup and a swing and a miss by Wyatt Bradshaw. 0 for 1 today with a ground out. Silvestri, the 0-1. Good stop there by Kennedy. It's 1-1. Colton Silvestri, 20 innings of work and 2/3. 406 earned run average. He's 2-3 on the season. It's 9th appearance. Silvestri from the stretch. The pitch to Bradshaw, just inside. It's 2-1. Is this a non-region game for Calvary? They have a massive 3-game series with Pacelli. Covering down for Dave Platter, who's going to be calling the Lions. The 2-2, and that's going to be fouled off. Deuces Wild coming up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. And this gorgeous Monday afternoon, and the only game we have on the schedule on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. The rare standalone game. The 2-2 inside, and it runs the count full. But don't forget, tomorrow, Strong Rock at Brookstone, Calvary at Pacelli, Abbeville, Russell County softball, Harris County in the first round of the playoffs on Wednesday. Payoff pitch coming, and that is low, ball 4, and that is going to score a run. And it is now 5-3. That will be an RBI for Wyatt Bradshaw.
Now batting, number 11, Elijah Austin.
And Lafayette Christian is batted around because Elijah Austin is coming up to the plate. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Silvestri's first pitch is a ball. 1-0 to Elijah Austin. Lafayette putting 4 runs up here in the second inning. Silvestri from the stretch. The 1-0. That is fouled away, and Austin might have swung at ball 2. It's 1-1. But, trying to put it in play. He's got the bases loaded. Lafayette having a big inning, trying to continue this momentum. Silvestri, the 1-1. And that curveball, oh, what a 12-6 that breaks into the strike zone. It's 1-2. Silvestri ahead of the count. Pitch to Austin. Popped up. Shallow. Playable for Hilton. Makes the catch. But not before Lafayette Christian puts up 4 runs in this inning. They strand the bases loaded. But Calvary finds themselves trailing by 2 runs. We played 2 here at Lafayette Christian. It's 5-3 your score. Cougars on top. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Nestled along the Chattahoochee River, City Mills blends historic charm with modern luxury. Stay in boutique-style rooms designed for comfort, just steps away from fine dining at Millhouse Kitchen and Bar. If you're planning a celebration, our event center offers stunning river views, elegant spaces, and a brand new riverside tent. Perfect for weddings, receptions, and special gatherings, rain or shine. Whether you're here to relax, explore, or create lasting memories, City Mills is where history meets hospitality.
And top of the third inning, Calvary trails 5-3.
Number 17,
Liam Anderson leading things off here in the third, 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Josiah Hughes so far, 2 innings of work. On to pitch the third inning to Liam Anderson. Hughes, the first pitch, that curve, and swing and a miss by Anderson for strike 1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Chased at a high one. It's 0-2. Hughes just going after Anderson. A little bit of confidence with some run support. The 0-2 is outside, and it's 1-2. Hughes from the line. The 1-2. There's a chopper right over to Austin. Scoops it up. Long throw to first at the stretch. And Anderson beats it out. Liam Anderson with the single. As Elijah Austin bobbled it. A hard throw, and that was a good stretch by Ogle. But Anderson's aboard. Now William Hilton reached on an error his last time up. Childry wants to have a conversation with his pitcher. Don't forget, you're watching the Master Wall Calvary Game of the Week here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Part of a busy lineup of games that we will have for you. It is the first round of the GHSA starts this week. Also, all the classifications minus 7A are starting in Alabama. Still got one more week of 7A baseball. And we will have that doubleheader, Auburn-Smith Station. That will take place on Thursday. And, of course, we got CVCC baseball, CVCC softball. Where else do you want to get live and local high school and college sports in the Chattahoochee Valley? The Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Showing bunt, pulling back, and that's outside for a ball. It's 1-0. And we have made our occasional appearances to Troup County. We've called the Thanksgiving tournament up in LaGrange. We've called a baseball game at Troup County. That's up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. And back-to-back singles for Calvary, and they're in business. 2 runners aboard and no outs. And Brady Reed is coming to the plate. Reed is 1 for 1 with a single today. Calvary trying to keep this going. Josiah Hughes in a little bit of trouble. First pitch to Reed. Curveball, it's in there for a strike. Hughes from the stretch, the 0-1 inside, and it evens the count of 1-1. Reed, the 1-1. Fouls that one away. And it's a 1-2 count. 2 more weeks left in the regular season for Calvary. Trying to improve their resume to try to get a playoff spot in the GIAA. There's a ground ball right to the shortstop, Carvallis. Throws over to second for 1. Over to first for the tailor-made 6-4-3 double play. J.P. Carvallis was able to tailor that one. And now there are 2 down. And a runner at third base for Calvary. And Jay Smith flied out to center his last time up. Pops that one up, foul, 0-1. Hughes, the 0-1, there's a high drive. Chasing on it, making the catch is Murphy for the out. And Calvary, who had 2 runners aboard and no outs, could not get any runs across. Is no runs off 2 hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third. Lafayette Christian leading by 2 runs. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Bottom of the third inning, and Lafayette Christian leading Calvary Christian 5-3. Toby Parrots will be the batter. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Facing Colton Silvestri. And it's a hit on the fist. Chasing it down to Smith, charging it, throwing it to first for the out. Score that one 4-3 on the putout.
Now batting, number 19, Jacob Gibbs.
And now Jacob Gibbs, who really got that rally going with the walk and a run scored. 2 stolen bases in that second inning. And they'll be back to the top of the order. Silvestri, first pitch to Gibbs. Right down the middle for a strike. It's 0-1. Colton Silvestri. The 0-1. Curve that misses inside 1-1. Silvestri, the 1-1 to Gibbs. Catches the outside corner, and it's strike 2. Back to the top of the order for Lafayette Christian. Here in the bottom of the third. The 1-2 delivery to Gibbs. Got him, strike 3, and throws him on a 12-6 curve fastball for the second out. Silvestri's first strikeout. And now Cody Battistini, who's been on base both times he has reached. Walk and a single, couple of runs scored. Lafayette Christian trying to start another 2-out rally here in the third. They got the top of the order coming up, but there is 2 outs. Battistini hits it right to Cam Carter. Throw to first for the out. And a 3-up, 3-down inning for Colton Silvestri. No runs off no hits, none left. We go to the fourth. It's 5-3 Lafayette Christian. Back after this on the Master Wall Calvary Game of the Week on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Top of the fourth inning. Josiah Hughes still on the mound for Lafayette Christian, working the fourth.
Starting off the fourth
and leading
inning,
things
number
off
31, Sam Hilton.
is Sam Hilton. Popped out to the shortstop his last time up. He'll be back to the top of the order for Calvary. Hughes, first pitch to Hilton, in there for a strike. Catches the outside corner, 0-1. Hilton from the wind, the 0-1. Hughes from the wine, rather. And it's low for a ball, 1-1. Hughes delivers the 1-1 pitch, and Hilton, high towering fly ball in the gap, but what a catch by Bastini. And that's going to be out number 1. That was hit into the gap. Battistini able to track that one down.
Number 10, Nate Osborne.
So back to the top of the order for Calvary. Nate Osborne 1 for 2 today. Had a 2 RBI single last time up. And that almost hit him. That's going to be ball 1. Hughes. The 1-0 to Osborne. Low, ball 2. Calvary just got to get some momentum. They had a little bit of it in the third inning, but grounded into a double play. Really took away a lot of that momentum because they had 2 runners aboard and no outs. Josiah Hughes behind in the count, 2-1 to Osborne. And there is stabbed right to Austin. Throws to first. The stretch by Ogle gets the out for out number 2.
Now batting number 1.
Austin actually took away a hit. Score that 5-3 on the putout. And now Trip Ellison, who's 1 for 1 today, walked and singled and stole a base. And Ellison pops that one up, foul out of play. So the brackets are officially out in the GHSA. How about that? As we've got Northside, Harris County, Hardaway, Shaw, Jordan, and Columbus all in the playoffs. Good luck to the GHSA schools. A little chopper. And right to Bobble, throwing it over to first, and Bradshaw had to rush it, and Ellison reaches base for a 3rd time today, but that will be an error on Bradshaw.
Number 7, Colton Silvestri.
Colton Silvestri, who's actually hitting for Liam Holcutt. So Coach Smith just keeping him in the lineup. Jackson Kennedy on deck for Calvary. Ellison at first. That pitch is away. Ball 1. And Trip Ellison is a threat to steal. I don't know if he's going to get the green light. He's got 14 stolen bases. Make that 15 on the season. The 1-0. Right down the middle for a strike. It's 1-1. Top of the 4th inning. Lafayette Christian leading 5-3 on 4 unanswered runs in the 2nd after trailing 3-1. The 1-1 outside, and it's 2-1. Don't forget, we got a busy slate of games tomorrow. Brookstone, Strong Rock, Calvary, and Pacelli. And we also got Russell County softball taking on Abbeville. Colton Silvestri, the batter. Facing Josiah Hughes. There's a curve. That's a strike. Ellison, he's got himself his 2nd stolen base of the game. Make that 16 on the season for Trip Ellison. It's a 2-2 count to Colton Silvestri. Josiah Hughes checking. Ellison, curve. Silvestri ropes that one down the line. It's going to be foul. Maybe a couple more feet. That would have been a run scored by Ellison, no question about it. So Calvary comes in with a 9-14 record, 4-5 in the region. They still got one more series in the region. That's against Pacelli. 3-game series coming up. Here's the 2-2. And that is lined into left, and that's going to be a base hit. And Ellison is going to pump the brakes at third. And he definitely was a threat to score there, but did not want to test Murphy's arm. And we got runners in the corners for Calvary. That's going to be a base hit for Jackson Kennedy, for Colton Silvestri, rather. Now Jackson Kennedy will be the batter. Lost my place in the lineup, but that's okay. Cleanup hitter, Jackson Kennedy. 1 for 2 today. RBI single and a strikeout. And Josiah Hughes just getting a little mound conversation. And when I'm calling games at Calvary, this is my favorite part of the when they do the mound conversation, because Nate Osborne's dad, who's the PA announcer, he'll play Seinfeld theme song, and I'll crack jokes about Jerry Seinfeld. It's funny. Me and Mike Frost have a ball when we're calling games. Of course, when I'm producing a game, I've always got to chime in with color when Mike Frost calls a game, and he'll be back at it on Thursday, I believe, with Bocelli taking on Calvary at Calvary on Thursday. And I tell you, I've been so impressed with the bleachers right behind home plate. We had a packed house last Thursday night against Brookstone. And then, of course, they played Brookstone very close in that 3-game series. All 3 games were very close, but how about the gym by Fitzstone? 7 innings of work and only gave up the 2 runs to the back-to-back GIAA champions. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle. Runner goes. That's going to be an easy stolen base for the pinch runner, Bo Reese. The courtesy runner for Jackson Kennedy. Here's a pitch. High for a ball. It's 1-1. To Jackson Kennedy. So, yeah, that Colton Silvestri's pinch runner. He's pitching for Liam Holcutt. So that is away for a ball. So on my lineup card, I got the lineup a little mixed up because I put Colton Silvestri behind Liam Holcutt. And there's the 1-1. That's away for a ball, and that is going to be a 3-1 count. Okay. It's a hitter's count for Jackson Kennedy. The pitch, in there for a strike. So now 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Hughes, payoff pitch coming, and that hits Kennedy. That'll be a dead ball. And then, look out. The bases are loaded with 2 outs. I know that Kennedy's upset. But, man, what a rocket. So Kennedy hit by a pitch. And William Hilton coming up. He's reached base twice. Or no, Liam Anderson. I'll get this lineup figured out.
17, Liam Anderson.
I'm sitting here scribbling, and I don't have a cool lineup sheet with pages of stats like Mike Frost or Dave Plata, but I got something. Hughes just missed to Liam Anderson. Flied out and singled. So he is 1 for 2 today. Hughes, the pitch. And that's in there for a strike. 0-2 count. Behind in the count is Liam Anderson. Hughes going to work. And that's line. That's going to be on the line. That's going to be a base hit. 1 run scores. That's Ellison. Reese scores. And we are tied at 5. And Liam Anderson comes up with a clutch 2 RBI single. Advances to second on the throw.
Now batting, number 4, William Hilton.
And this all coming with 2 outs. So Calvary has been relentless with the 2-out rally, just as Lafayette has been relentless with the 2-out rally. Hilton now the batter. William Hilton reached base both times, reached on an error and singled. Hughes, the pitch to Hilton. Curve that just missed. It's 1-1. As we are live here at Lafayette Christian School, this is the Master Wall Calvary game of the week. The 1-1 outside, it is 2-1. And probably the next couple of hours, we might end up getting the lights on this field. That curve is in there, and it's 2-2. You can see the shadows from the trees. The trees right behind us. 2-2. Runs the count full. That's high for ball 3. And a reminder, first base is open. It's a 5-5 game here in the top of the 4th. Hughes with a payoff pitch, and that is slapped foul, and just spoiling off a pitch was William Hilton. It's a nice tune-up game for Calvary to get ready for a 3-game series with Pacelli, which will start tomorrow at Diamond Field. And the pitch, payoff pitch. There's a ground ball right to the shortstop. Carvallis cannot make the play. And that will be out. Liam Anderson is tagged out, but the go-ahead run scores for Calvary. And they score 3 here in the 4th to take a 1-run lead. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Lafayette Christian coming up to bat. You're watching the Master Wall Calvary game of the week on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Vision's morning show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Vision's morning show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Vision's morning show, and download the Sports Vision's radio app right now in your app store today.
We are the only live and local sports talk show in East Alabama, West Central Georgia. Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
Welcome back here to Lafayette Christian School here in LaGrange, Georgia. Bottom of the 4th inning, Josiah Hughes is going to lead things off for the Cougars. He is 2 for 2 today. 2 RBI single last time he was up. Also a tremendous athlete for Lafayette Christian. Doesn't even need a pinch runner. He'll just run himself. And when you are a tremendous athlete, you don't have to have a pinch runner. Well, Colton Silvestri on to work the 4th. First pitch to Josiah Hughes, and that's roped on a dime. What a stab there by Carter. Throw to first in time for the out. Cam Carter making a play. That was roped on a dime. Now Dustin Ogle with an RBI, ground out, reached on an error. Silvestri's first pitch to Ogle, and that hit him. That grazed him right on the jersey. Ogle's going to take first base. That's if you're going to get hit, that's one way to get hit. Just have it graze your jersey where you don't feel a thing. Landon Childry, who reached on a fielder's choice and walked. That pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. Lafayette Christian in the gaps. One of the top teams in the gaps, 16-5, 6-0 in their region. Swing and a miss on a changeup. It's 1-1. And Lafayette Christian taking on Calvary Christian, who was a former member of the Gaps who won 5 championships in the Gaps. But, of course, playing their second year in the GIAA. Here's the 2-2. And that is going to sail right in there for a strike, 1-2. Childry thought about swinging at it, but it was a perfect pitch right on the outside corner. Silvestri ahead of the count, 1-2. There's a throw back over to first. Trying to keep the runner honest. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him chasing one down in the zone for strike 3. That's a second strikeout for Silvestri. And now J.P. Carvelis, the batter, does not have an official at bat. He has walked twice. Here's a throw back over to first. Silvestri from the stretch. First pitch to Carvelis, outside for a ball. Runner goes. It's in there for a strike. Throw down to second, and he got him. Cam Carter stabs and gets the tag for the out. And we have played 4 here at Lafayette Christian. It is a 6-5 lead. Lafayette leading back after this here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back here to Lafayette Christian.
The Cougars, number 4, Dustin Ogle.
Dustin Ogle, the new pitcher on the mound for Lafayette Christian, top of the 5th. Calvary actually leads 6-5, so apologize for that. Got the score flipped. I'm used to calling Calvary games where Calvary's the home team, so I actually had the scoreboard for the home team. But Calvary's on the road.
Starting off for the Knights.
Brady Reed going to lead things off.
Brady Reed.
Singled and grounded into a double play. Trying to get the bats going here in the 5th. Taking on Dustin Ogle, the new pitcher. So Josiah Hughes worked 4 innings Gave up 5 runs. Dustin Ogle, his 13th appearance on the season, a 2.18 earned run average, 35 innings of work. And that is roped into left field, and that's going to be a leadoff single for Brady Reed. And he pulled that one. Looks like he took a changeup. He reaches base for the second time today. Now Jay Smith, the batter. And we got a pinch runner coming in for Calvary, which will be Jackson Smara, rather. Looking at the lineup there, another pinch runner. So Jay Smith, the batter. Ogle, Smith showing bunt and lays down a beauty. Ogle fields it, throws to first for the out, but the runner will move to second. And Calvary's got a runner in scoring position. So Sam Hilton, the number 9 hitter, who's 0 for 2 today, popped out to the shortstop, flied out to the center fielder. And they'll be back to the top of the order for Calvary. Dustin Ogle working from the stretch. Checks the runner. Pitch is high for a ball. And it's 1-0. Ogle delivers the 1-0, and that hits him. Another hit batsman. That grazes Sam Hilton on the jersey.
Now batting number 10, Nate Osborne.
And that will bring the leadoff hitter to the plate, Nate Osborne. 1 for 3 today. He's got an 2 RBIs, single, struck out and grounded out. Nate coming up at the top of the order. And there's a throw back. Just keeping the runner honest. Pinch hitter Jackson Samra. And Osborne ropes one, shallow center. Making the catch is Bastini for out number 1.
Now batting
Correction, out number 2.
Trip Ellison.
So Trip Ellison reached base all 3 times. A walk, a single, 2 stolen bases, and reached on an error. Calvary trying to do some more damage here in the 5th. Ogle's first pitch to Ellison is a curve that didn't quite break into the zone. It's ball 1. Ogle from the stretch. The 1-0 to Ellison outside for ball 2. Colton Silvestri on deck. Next week, Calvary will take on Citizens Christian, one of the top teams in the GIAA Class 1A. And then Heritage for a home-and-home up in Noonan and at Calvary. They try to get into the playoffs for the GIAA. The 2-0 is outside for ball 3. Ellison going to have a talk with Coach Smith. So we got the GIAA playoffs. They're The baseball championships are going to be in Statesboro this year on the campus of Georgia Southern. Last year it was at Synovus Park in Columbus. Ogle, 3-0 in there for a strike. And unless they changed it, the GAPS championships are usually at the highest seed. Calvary has won 5 of them. Last time in 2024, their last year in the GAPS. 3-1 to Ellison. It's in there for a strike, and it runs the count full, so the runners are going to take off on this next pitch. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Trip Ellison, trying to extend this inning here in the 5th. Ogle from the stretch, checks the runner. Payoff pitch on its way, and Ellison, a towering shot into right field, going back, and that is off the wall. 1 run scores, 2 run scores, and Trip Ellison has got a 2 RBI triple. And Calvary extends their lead 8-5. He hit that to the deep part of right field. And now Colton Silvestri. He's coming up. Singled his last time up. Little chopper foul. Ellison at third. 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Dustin Ogle already given up 2 runs here in this inning. Pitch to Silvestri, and he pokes it into the gap, and it looks like it's going to fall for a base hit. Silvestri's rounding first, and he is going to have a stand. Oh, he's going to slide into second. He's got his second hit of the game, and he gets an RBI, and Calvary extends this lead 9-5. The bat's coming alive here in the 5th. Bo Reese is going to be the courtesy runner for Silvestri.
Now batting number 2, Jackson Kennedy.
And that will bring to the plate Jackson Kennedy. I feel the momentum swinging back and forth in this game. Lafayette had that big second inning. There's a little chopper that's in the gap, and that's going to be in the left field, and that's going to be a base hit. And runners at the corners for Calvary is Jackson Kennedy. Just hit it between the third and shortstop.
Now batting number 17, Liam Anderson.
And now Liam Anderson, 2 for 3 today. 2 singles, 2 RBIs, and a flyout. Kennedy also has his pinch runner. If I'm wrong, I'm trying to see who that pinch runner is. This is number 11. That would be Braxton Wilkinson. Wilkinson goes, and that is on the line. No, that's going to be a foul. For a second there, I thought I was on the line, but it was on the inside of the line. It's close. It's an 0-1 count to Anderson. Like the hit and run was in play there. Dustin Ogle from the stretch. The 0-1 to Anderson, runner goes. Anderson pops it up. It's playable. Bradshaw makes the catch to end the inning. But Calvary puts up 3 runs here in the 5th. They extend their lead to 4. We go to the bottom of the 5th. They now lead Lafayette Christian 9-5 as you're watching the the Master Wall Calvary Game of the Week on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Welcome back to Lafayette Christian School here in LaGrange, Georgia.
Now batting, number 3,
It's the bottom of the 5th. Lafayette Christian finds themselves down by 4 runs. J.P. Carvelis, who walked twice, does not have an official at bat. Colton Silvestri, first pitch to Carvelis, is in the dirt and low for a ball, 1-0. Calvary will have a game tomorrow on the road, but it will be in Columbus as they will go to Dimel Field to take on Pacelli. There's the 1-0. There's a little chopper. Silvestri takes it, throws it to first, gets the out. Good play there by Colton Silvestri.
Now batting, number 10, Wyatt Bradshaw.
So with 1 down, Wyatt Bradshaw the batter. Ground out and an RBI walk. First pitch to Bradshaw, in there for a strike, 0-1. Silvestri, the 0-1. Wyatt fouls it off, and he's behind in the count, 0-2. Lafayette Christian playing mainly a gap schedule. The only GHSA school they faced this season was Manchester. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. Chasing a high fastball. That is the 3rd strikeout for Colton Silvestri.
Now batting, number 11.
So quickly 2 down here in the 5th. And Elijah Austin will be the batter. 0 for 2 today. Struck out and popped out to the shortstop. Silvestri's first pitch is high, ball 1. The 1-0 popped up. Out of play. And looking at Lafayette Christian's schedule, they did take on Central Christian, which is in Sharpsburg. That's pretty much the closest opponent to them. That curve is inside for a ball. But yeah, very interesting schedule. So Flint River is the only GIAA team they took on. It's in there for a strike. Or no, that's I'm looking at Central Christian's schedule. They're actually taking on Habersham Central in the playoffs, and don't know who Lafayette Christian's going to face in the playoffs. There's the 2-2. There's Chopper is going to be foul. Silvestri. 2-2 delivery. Popped up. Out of play. It's going to be in the trees behind us, and we'll do it again. So Lafayette Christian coming in with the 16-5 record, undefeated in the gaps. They're in the same region with Rock Springs, with Skipstone Academy. They've played Creekside Christian. That's in there, strike three, outside corner. 3 up, 3 down inning for Colton Silvestri. As we go to the top of the 6th, Calvary leading Lafayette Christian 9-5. Back after this as you're watching the Master Wall Calvary Game of the Week on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Top of the 6th inning. Calvary coming up to bat. Dustin Ogle on to work the 6th. Came in relief. William Hilton, 1 for 2 today with a single and a ground out. Ogle winds and delivers. First pitch to Hilton, and there's a ground ball. That's going to be a dive attempt by Bradshaw, but it goes into right field for a base hit. And a leadoff single for William Hilton to start the 6th. Second hit of the game. And now Brady Reed. Singled twice, grounded into a double play. But he has hit the ball hard, all 3 at bats. Trying to do something to extend this lead here in the 6th. Ogle's first pitch, Reed showing bunt. Lays it down, right to Ogle. Scoops it up, throws to first. Gets the out, but advancing over to second will be Hilton.
Now batting number 34.
So Calvary's got a runner in scoring position. And now Jay Smith will be the batter. 0 for 3. Fly out. Couple ground outs. Sam Hilton on deck. Ogle's first pitch. Curve that's in there for a strike, 0-1. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Like the Facebook page. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are broadcasting for the first time here at Lafayette Christian School for any sport, for that matter. The 0-1, and there's a ground ball right to Austin. The throw to first. Gets the out. Cannot get the out at third, but they do get the second out, and running over to third base is Hilton. Austin tried to check the runner, but that play just needed to get the sure out. Now Sam Hilton, the batter. Score that one 5-3 on the put out. Sam Hilton, 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch last time up. Does have a run score. And it's outside for a ball. Dustin Ogle The 0-1, swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. Back to the top of the order for Calvary, if Sam Hilton can get aboard. Ogle from the stretch. Delivers the 1-1. Curve that is just outside. It's 2-1. 9-5 is your score. Calvary leading in this one. Found themselves down 5-3. Have scored 6 unanswered runs. 2-1. That's popped foul. That'll be out of play into the trees. As the temperature was in the mid-80s when we started this game at 4, the temperature's dropped a little bit. Looks like it's going to drop into the 60s tonight. Looks like it's 73. A good, nice temperature. But I tell you, getting to the ballpark, the sun was just beating down on everything. But now it's comfortable for a lot of these fans as the sun is behind us in the trees. Ogle. The 2-2. High ball 3. Running the count full to Sam Hilton, the leadoff hitter on deck, Nate Osborne. Sam Hilton trying to extend this inning here in the 6th. Ogle. Payoff pitch. And got him swinging. That's hit in the catcher's mitt for strike 3 by Ogle. Stranded that runner at third. No runs off 1 hit and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Calvary leading Lafayette Christian 9-5. You're watching the Master Wall Calvary Game of the Week. We'll be back here on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
At Planet Fitness, there's strength in numbers. The number of different workouts to do.
1, 2, 3.
Different clubs to do it in. Friends to do it with.
Looking good, everybody.
Here we are.
And the number of ways to recover from it all.
You got this, come on.
And it all adds up to one membership. The Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card Spa.
One more, everybody.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
And welcome back here to Lafayette Christian School here in LaGrange, Georgia. Just walking distance from Great Wolf Lodge. On the mound for Calvary, making his first appearance of the season, is Sam Hilton, according to Max Preps. Don't have any official pitching stats on Sam Hilton. We got Toby Parrots, who's 0 for 2 in the game. Hilton starts him off with a strike. And that's going to be outside. It's 1-1. Here's the pitch. High ball 2. Lafayette Christian down by 4 runs. They got 6 outs to try to come back in this one. The 2-1 to Parrots. Popped up. Playable. Kennedy makes the catch. Out number 1. Parrots pops out for the first out here in the 6th.
Jacob Gibbs.
Now Jacob Gibbs, who's 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout. Gibbs also has a couple of stolen bases and a run scored. Really started that rally in the 2nd. That curveball just missed inside. It's 0-1, 1-0. It's an absolute gorgeous field here at Lafayette Christian. Check swing. He did not go around. It's 2-0. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Umpire does say it's a strike, so it's 1-1 now. Hilton, the 1-1 in there, strike 2. That curve sinking right into the bottom of the strike zone. The pitch to Gibbs. Low and away. It's 2-2. Hilton delivers. The 2-2 to Gibbs. High, ball 3, running the count full. Lafayette Christian, the Cougars, out of the gaps. Up in LaGrange. Payoff pitch coming to Gibbs. Inside ball 4. And a 1-out walk issued to Gibbs.
Now batting, number 27.
Second time that Gibbs is on base. Now the top of the order. If there's any time for Lafayette Christian to try to get back in this game, the big bats are coming up. Cody Bastini, who is 1 for 2 today, a walk and a single. He's got a runner at first. He's got a lot of power in that lineup with 2 home runs on the season. Hilton's first pitch to Bastini is low for a ball. Hilton, the 1-0 to Bastini. Outside for a ball. Is that going to be a little swipe? And he got him. No. He is out. Yes. Could not see the umpire and what he was calling. But due to the crowd reaction, he was out. I thought he got under the tag, but they called him out. Bastini swings at one in the dirt, and it's 2-1. Great play by Jackson Kennedy to get that out at first. Catching Gibbs napping. It's a 2-1 count to Bastini. Hilton delivers. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-2. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. Hilton gets the sign. The 2-2 to Bastini, and that curve just did not quite break, and it runs the count full. Josiah Hughes on deck. Hughes with a payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Inning over. Sam Hughes comes in and shuts the door on these Lafayette hitters. We have played 6. Calvary leading 9-5. We'll be back after this. The Master Wall Calvary Game of the Week on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
What's up, everyone? Thrift Behringer here with Master Wall CEO Steve Smithwick. They're one of our first sponsors. We didn't even know what sponsors were 4 years ago when I was doing this off my phone. Thank you so much, Steve, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Oh, it's something that was needed for so long in the Valley, and me with my history of being a coach and all. Love to support it. You do a great job with that. Even when you were doing it on your phone, it was great.
I appreciate it, man. And again, we wouldn't be able to cover the 50 different high schools and all the different sports without Master Wall and different businesses like yourself. But you're also a coach and now an award-winning author. We have Believer, Bulldog, and Coach. You can get on Amazon right now. You are the winningest basketball coach in Calvary history. What was the mindset behind writing this book?
Well, it's, I kind of treated it as a ministry, and I treat our business as a ministry. I loved what I did as a coach, working with those young guys and trying to set an example and point them in the right direction, and kind of do the same thing with business. So, you got to build it with a lot of good people around you, the right support group, and once again, I call it a ministry because that's the way I see it.
Top of the 7th, the leadoff hitter for the Knights. Nate Osborne coming up. 1 for 4 today. Strikeout, a ground out, and a fly out. Does have a 2 RBI single. Ogle starts him off with a ball low, 1-0. Calvary putting up 6 unanswered runs to take a 9-5 lead after they found themselves trailing 5-3. Ogle, the 1-0 in there for a strike. And it is 1-1. Ogle, pitch. The 1-1, it's low. It's 2-1. Don't forget, we got fantastic action tomorrow on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Strong Rock and Brookstone, Calvary, Pacelli, Abbeville, Russell County softball. That 2-1 pitch is inside, and it's now a hitter's count to Osborne, 3-1. Columbus Lions will be in action this Friday, taking on the Wheeling Miners. Here's the 3-1. It's low, ball 4, a leadoff walk issued to Nate Osborne.
Now batting number 1, Trip Ellison.
So Trip Ellison has had a great day at the plate. He's reached base all 4 times. A walk, a single, 2 stolen bases, reached on an error, and a 2 RBI triple last time he was up. And Osborne's got speed. Will Coach Smith send him? Low it in the dirt on Trip Ellison. Ellison batting .351 on the season. He's got 3 triples, which leads the team. Got tremendous speed. And the runner goes. That's going to be a stolen base for Nate Osborne. And that wasn't even close. Osborne took off right on the delivery of the pitch and gets himself a stolen base. And Tripp now has a 2-0 count. Ogle checks Osborne, delivers. Ellison right in there for a strike. It's 2-1. It's an absolute gorgeous day, not a cloud in the sky. I don't think they're going to turn on the lights because the sun is still out. They started this game at 4. And that's a hit on the fist, right to Bradshaw. Throw to first, in time for the out. Osborne will go over to third. So Trip Ellison gets the job done and gets the runner over to third to try to get some more insurance runs. And now Liam Holcutt comes back into the game as a hitter. Colt Silvestri was actually hitting in his spot. But now Liam Holcutt has been inserted into the lineup as either a DH or first baseman, depending on where Coach Smith is going to put him. But he's back in the lineup. The pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Holcutt 0 for 1 today with a strikeout and a walk. Ogle. The 0-1. In the dirt and a good stop by Childrey. It's 1-1. Jackson Kennedy on deck. Top of the 7th, Calvary leading 9-5. It's been a back and forth game. Calvary got the first run. Lafayette tied it. Calvary put up 2 runs to go 3-1. Lafayette took the 5-3 lead, and then it's been 6 unanswered for the Knights since then. There's the pitch to Holcutt in there for a strike. It's 1-2. Liam Holcutt, who signed on to play for Lurleen B. Wallace in Andalusia over in the ACCC. We know that we call CVCC baseball. We might get a chance to see him next year. The 1-2 curve got him swinging. And a strikeout for Ogle. His second strikeout of the game. One down here in the seventh, and now Jackson Kennedy will come up to the plate. Jackson Kennedy has reached base 3 times. 2 singles, a strikeout, and hit by a pitch. He does have an RBI. First pitch to Kennedy, fouled away, 0-1. Calvary with a 4-run lead. Lafayette Christian will bat in the bottom of the 7th. To have activity over in the Calvary bullpen. Dustin Ogle, the 0-1. Curveball that missed. It's 1-1. Ogle from the stretch. The pitch is in there for a strike. It's 1-2. 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th, or the top of the 7th. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ogle from the stretch. And delivers the pitch. Curve, and that is slapped into the gap, and that is going to be a base hit as Bastini tried to dive for. That's going to be a double for Jackson Kennedy. Give him another RBI, his 3rd hit of the game. And Calvary now leads 10-5. For a second there, I thought that Cody Bastini was going to make a diving catch. Well, Braxton Wilkinson will be the pinch runner for Kennedy. And now Liam Anderson will be the batter. 2 for 3 today, 2 singles, 2 RBIs, and a flyout. Pitch to Anderson is high for a ball. Calvary just trying to get some insurance runs here in the 7th. Trying to pick up their 10th win of the season, currently ranked 8th in the GIAA. The 1-0. It's curve, and that is roped on a dime in the left center. And rounding third and scoring is Wilkinson, and it's now 11-5 Calvary. Liam Anderson, that's his 3rd RBI of the game and his 3rd single. And now William Hilton, the batter. He is 2 for 4 today, 2 singles, reached on an error and grounded out. The manager going to come out and have a talk with his pitcher. Calvary putting up 8 unanswered runs. They found themselves trailing 5-3 in this game. And they currently lead Lafayette Christian 11-5. We're going to get a pitching change. So as the new pitcher will come in and take his warm-up tosses, we'll step aside. It's 11-5. Calvary in the top of the 7th. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And welcome back here to Lafayette Christian School. Everett Jones is the new pitcher on the mound for Lafayette Christian. And coming up to the bat is William Hilton. Here with 2 down. Anderson at first. 11-5 is your score. Calvary leading this one. Jones, first pitch to Hilton. He sidearms one that's outside for a ball. So he's got a pretty interesting delivery. Working from the stretch. Anderson with a big lead and curve that does not quite get into the zone. It's ball 2. Don't have any official pitching stats on Everett Jones, as that's low, ball 3. This might be his first appearance. Of course, you can't always rely on max preps. It's a 3-0 count to Hilton. If I'm Anderson, I'd take off with this pitch on 3-0. As that's in there for a strike, it's 3-1. Now it's a hitter's count. Do you send Liam Anderson here on this pitch? The pitch is outside, ball 4, and Hilton's aboard with a 2-out walk.
Now batting number 23, Brady Reed.
He's been on base 4 times today. Brady Reed, 2 singles. He's 2 for 4 today. Calvary just trying to get these bats going and carry momentum into the Pacelli series. Curve, just missed. It's low for a ball. And they've gotten a lot of confidence playing Brookstone close last week. All the games were close games. Runner takes off. It's a double steal. And now the runners are in scoring position. It was a great job there by Liam Anderson to take off with the pitch. It's a 2-0 count. Calvary trying to tack on more here in the 7th. And the pitch in there for a strike, 2-1. I believe this might be Everett Jones' first appearance this season to not have any pitching stats on him. Here's the 2-1, and that's fouled away, and it's 2-2. Looks like we got a pinch hitter that is on deck. That is Kylan Houston on deck. Here's the 2-2. It gets away from the catcher, and Liam Anderson is coming home, and he will score. Calvary with 7 unanswered runs, 8 unanswered runs, now leads 12-5. Two and 2 count to Brady Reed. And the pitch. And he ropes it on a dime, and it goes into left field, and that's going to be a base hit. And another run scores. And Reed has got himself a stand-up RBI double. And Calvary now leads 13-5. And coming up to the plate, pinch hitter, Kylan Houston. Kylan Houston, younger sibling to Cam Houston, longtime Calvary player. Trying to see his batting stats. He is a sophomore. He's played in 8 games, batting .265. Does have 5 RBIs and 9 hits. Coming in to pinch hit. And that's in there for a strike. A nice curve ball that catches the zone. 0-1. Jones, the pitch to Houston. Changeup, got him swinging, and it's 0-2. Jones, the 0-2. Just missed inside. It's 1-2. Calvary, 10 unanswered runs here in this game. And the pitch. In the dirt. Good stop by Childry. It's 2-2. Don't forget, we will name an Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. One of the toughest decisions I'm going to have to make. I'm looking down at my stat sheet. There's a lot of offense here. I'm starting to tally up the RBIs. 2-2. Houston swings and misses on a changeup to end the inning. But Lafayette Christian has got 3 outs to try to come back in this game. They trail by 8. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Calvary now leads Lafayette Christian 13-5. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Big things are happening at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika.
Get massive savings on our entire lineup of Chevys, from Silverado trucks, Tahoe, Suburban, and Traverse SUVs. Every model side by side for comparison. Plus, we always have a fresh selection of late model pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs ready to roll with huge discounts. Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Online 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
Welcome back here to Lafayette Christian School, bottom of the 7th. The new pitcher on the mound for Calvary is Braylon Frierson.
And starting off for the Cougars, number 9, Josiah Hughes.
The stats, Frierson, the junior, has pitched 11 2/3 innings with a .540 earned run average. His 11th appearance, the lefty, steps in. Taking on Josiah Hughes, leading things off, and starts him off with a fastball, swing and a miss for strike 1. Frierson delivers the 0-1 to Josiah Hughes, fouling it back. It's 0-2. Great crowd here from Lafayette and from Calvary. Calvary making that trip up I-185. Is the 0-2, and that is roped right at the third baseman. Sam Hilton stabs that one for out number 1. It was a line drive. Sam Hilton ended up taking that one. And now Dustin Ogle. He had a sacrifice ground out, reached on an error, hit by a pitch. Here with 1 out. And that's high and away for a ball. Dustin Ogle batting .367 on the season. He's got 24 RBIs. That leads the team. And he's got 18 runs scored. Frierson, the 1-0 to Ogle. Popped up foul. It's 1-1. Frierson to Ogle. In there for a strike. It's 1-2. Frierson delivers. The 1-2 to Ogle. High and out of the reach. It's 2-2. So with Lafayette Christian being in the gaps, Calvary familiar with the gaps. They won 5 championships. Span of 2018 to 2024 as that is outside for a ball running the count full on Ogle. They won it in 18, 19. Should have won it in 20. Nobody won it in 20. That was canceled because of COVID. 21, 22, 23, and 24. Did I say 5? I meant to say 6. I'm trying to count the championships now because I remember seeing the championship banners on that outfield wall out in left field. Here's the payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. Ogle's aboard with a 1-out walk.
Now batting number 5, Landon Childry.
Now Landon Childry. Grounded to a fielder's choice, walked, and struck out. It's going back over to Liam Hokut, who's now over at first base. And he gets caught in a pickoff move, and tagged out is Ogle. And Lafayette Christian down to their final out. So the bases are cleared. And Frierson, a left-handed pitcher, able to do an impressive pickoff move. Frierson the pitch. It's high for a ball. And that's swung on a miss. It's 1-1. So Lafayette Christian, they are actually going to take on Cherokee Christian in the semifinals in the GIT. The semifinals and finals will be hosted here at Lafayette Christian. It's lined into left, caught by Hilton, ball game. And Calvary comes on the road and gets the win over Lafayette Christian by a final score of 13-5. And we're going to have to name an Alex Quinney All-State Good-Ass Player of the game, and it was a very tough decision because the bats came alive, and I'm going to give it to a guy that ended up having a couple of RBIs, a triple, a single. He's reached base 4 times and had 2 stolen bases. Trip Ellison. He's your Alex Quinney All-State Good-Ass Player of the game. And it was tough because we had a lot of hits and a lot of RBIs. Could have gone either way, but I just wanted to give it to a hitter. We always give it to a pitcher. But Calvary gets their 10th win of the season. And they got a lot of momentum going into a 3-game series with Pacelli. Tomorrow, Dimel Field, 6 o'clock, first pitch. They go to 10-14 overall, and they get ready for a big showdown with Pacelli. Right now, Calvary Christian in the GIAA. They are ranked 8th. Pacelli ranked 12th. It is going to be a showdown to see who can get position in the GIAA playoffs. But this has been fun. For Richard Holdridge saying so long from Lafayette Christian. Once again, your final score, Calvary 13, Lafayette Christian 5. Thank you for watching the broadcast, and we will see you next time on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.